Yay! Hey, is it on? Are we on? Are we live?
What on YouTube it still says waiting. Oh yeah, it just started.
Finally.
There we go.
Hi. Okay, sage. So we're just gonna give it a minute. Let me light the sage and woo! Lord have his mercies. Been a crazy week for me.
Sharon's here.
Hi, Sharon. Crazy week, but a good week. Crazy but good.
Good.
Good. And here's some sage. We're gonna sage the room. I'm saging myself. Some sage.
You're not showing up on YouTube.
I'm not showing up on YouTube. Okay. I don't
No,
know
it's
why.
just your smiling face.
Just my smiling face.
Yeah, and Sharon said she can't hear you. Oh, she can't see you either.
Okay, so let's figure out what's going on now. I'm live. Let's see. Let's go to the event page. It's doing the same thing as it did last week. Okay, I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, let's see what's going on. Oh, for the love of peacefulness. Let's see. What do I need to do? Let me look at my settings. Okay, that's all great. Okay, they can't hear me at all, and I'm not sure why it's showing that.
They can't see you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
why they
said
can't
hear
hear me.
you. Sorry.
They can hear me?
I can hear you. Let me ask.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you on my YouTube microphone. Yeah, Barb says they can hear you just fine.
You can hear me, but you can't see. Camera is on.
And it's going back and forth between you and me, your picture and my picture when we talk. There you are. Yay! There she is, Miss Gorgeous. Whoop.
I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. So the sage went out. So now I got to relight the sage because y'all couldn't see me. Hi, Susan, Barb, Sharon. Hi. Welcome. I have to relight the sage because we had some, Google said you couldn't see me and wasn't letting you see my face. Thank goodness. I came in flying in tonight because, that happens sometimes. Traffic doesn't let you get where you need to be. And then, everything is just a little bit late. Sometimes that happens. I hope you all had a great week. Here you go. Here's some sage. We're going to sage you all, and we're going to sage our Indigo Room peeps over there at Talk Shoe. And I'm going to sage you. Here you go. Going to put some Palo Santo wood on your behinds. And I hope you are having a great week. And if not, you're in the right place. And if you are having a great week, you're still in the right place. There you go. Here, Linda. Here's Susan. Here's Sharon. Barb. I'm not sure who else is in the chat. I got to look. I got to do this to myself. Oh, Lord, I need it. Hallelujah. Here, Linda. Woo! How's everybody doing tonight? You feel that, Linda? Here you go.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing tonight? Let me look. My picture's up. That's great. Oh, thank you, Susan. Susan says I look beautiful. My sister. That's my sister. My real life sister. I came out first. She came out after me. Barb said, doing okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, everyone, to the Indigo Room. And this is where we discuss all things spiritual. And by that, I mean that we are non-physical spiritual beings having physical human experiences, and life, our lives, is supposed to be delicious. It's supposed to be wonderful. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fun. Whew, even when it's wicky wacky. And sometimes it can get wicky wacky. I just want to thank you all. First of all, I just want to thank you all for, and Linda, you too, Linda, for coming back into the Indigo Room and for hanging out here with us, hanging out here with me and Linda and yourselves, and hanging out with Spirit and doing the work. I really appreciate you all, and I thank you. And the gifts are being sent out and bought this week. So you hopefully, God willing and the creek don't rise, you should be receiving them next week. We're still working on the logo, so the t-shirt and the cup, the mug, will probably be a little bit delayed. But all in all, everybody's getting their gifts. And I'm just so thankful that I'm back and that you're back with me. And we've been doing this now since December 31st. 6 months. We're into June, and so we've been back 6 months. And the smoke is still, the sage is still burning. Let me move it out of the camera eyesight so it's not all in my face. But I really do appreciate you, and I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. And Linda has been working on the website. She's awesome. So the website is going to be up probably in the next couple of days. We still have a little bit of work to do, but it's live, theindigoroom.org. So you can go over there and look at it. It's not a lot of stuff. It's bare bones right now, but I'm I'm enthusiastic about it because we're taking excited out of our vocabulary. So if you have anything that you want to share, you can definitely call in. I didn't put the telephone number up. Hold on a second. Ooh. It is an New Jersey number, even though I'm in New York. And you can dial in, and hopefully it would be nice to hear some of your voices. You know, it would be really nice. But tonight we're discussing the I AM Discourses, and the topic is feeling is the secret, and that's from Neville, but it's also in the I AM Discourses. Feeling is the secret to be, do, and have all the life that you desire. Today was the first day that I did a live on Instagram, and I also did a live on Facebook. Not simultaneously, but on different times, just encouraging you all to really get into this feeling part of this whole thing that we're doing, because feeling really is the secret. You know, we talk a lot about our I am statements, and we talk a lot about different things that will help you to manifest the reality that you want. And I am changing the title to Manifesting the Reality You Want, because you're really not creating anything, you're actually manifesting. Because everything that we want to be, do, and have has already been created. And right now, where we are, we're in a really delicious time. I know it doesn't seem like that because of all the Wicky Wacky that's going on around us. But we're in a really, really delicious time, a really good time to hunker down and go within and stay there. I don't mean just stay within and don't interact with anybody else and don't talk to anybody else. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this is a really, really, really good time for us to go within, communicate with our I am presence, spend time with our I am presence, set aside time to do that. You know, when you wake up in the morning, in the new day, I don't like to say the word morning, but you know, that's what we have. That's what we use. It is a really, really good time to set your intentions for your life, for people that you love, for people who are in your experience. It's a really great time to set your intention and to stay there and not allow the outside appearances or senses to change your direction and change your focus. That is really key. Feeling, 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 feeling. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say it to myself. Is the secret. Feeling is the key. So tonight, I would like for you all to do a gut check. Check your gut. What are you really feeling about the things that you want to be, do, and have? I mean, be honest with yourself. Let's not like just skim on the surface and say your I am statements, and you know, the day goes on and you get angry or upset or worried or fearful about what's not happening and what didn't go right. I want us to really, really focus, really, really do a gut check. Before we even start talking about, before we even tickle our amygdala, before we even get into the discussion, I would like to find out really what you feel about you. what you feel about your experiences, not the past ones. I'm talking about what's happening right now, today. You know, are you feeling fearful, doubtful, worried about what may not happen? Maybe there's a new job you're getting ready to do. That's me. Maybe there's a new home you're getting ready to move into. Maybe there's something going on with your children. Maybe there's something going on with your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Do a gut check. Be honest with yourself. This is something that I did today myself. And that's why I'm bringing it to you. Because I had to do a gut check. And I was like, well, you know, I was having a little worry. I was having a little fear about my next adventure. And my next adventure, you know, is different. And when I mean that it's different, it's kind of the same stuff that I've done before, but you know, sometimes we have to take a leap of faith. And when we take a leap of faith, right, you have to be knowing that there is going to be a net to catch you, because you don't know what the next step is. You're just stepping out on faith. You're just stepping out and saying, okay, that's it. I'm not doing whatever I was doing before, or I'm trying to do something new, or not trying. I'm going to do something new. I'm going to do something different. And again, if you talk to people who are not vibing with you and they're not feeling what you're getting ready to do, and they tell you that you're stupid, you're crazy, you're dumb, this is when you have to move in silence. You move in silence and you just walk your walk, talk your talk, and let them ask you how you did it later. But I really want us, each of us, because I know you all, most of you, may have some new people in here. Each one of you is embarking on something that is new to you, that is different, that is not the norm. And do a gut check. Check your feeling about that thing. And we're going to talk about that tonight. But write in the comments if you want. What are you feeling about the thing that you're getting ready to do, or that you're getting ready to be, or that you're getting ready to have? I did a gut check this morning on myself, and I was like, oh, girl, all right, let's switch that up. You know, I had to be honest with myself. I was having a little fear and a little trepidation. It's like, okay, am I going to be able to do this? I'm going to be able to do that, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and blah, 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 blah. And if you have that kind of wicky wacky stuff going on in your mind, the thing to do is to listen to a teacher that you enjoy and that helps you. Do your meditation. Make sure that you're doing that. That's really, really important. If you skip a day, like I did, skip 2 days, get back in there. Get back in, do your binaural beats, listen to Doxy, listen to your inner self, check yourself. Because I'm telling you, things will change around. You'll have better experiences. You will feel better. But you have to do a gut check. And I feel like you have to do a gut check every day. So what are you, I'm looking at the chat. check yourself. We're getting ready to do the tickling our amygdala, but I want you to check yourself. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to check yourself. Put it in the chat if you feel like it. I had to check myself because I was feeling all kinds of wicky wacky. I'm getting ready to embark on something really different. And my mind said, well, you've done this before. You jumped out on faith before and you fell flat on your face. What? I was like, wait, what? Where's that coming from? These are old tapes, old thoughts and ideas that are still running in the background. I'm like, well, I'm doing my subconscious work. Where did that come from? Because I took 2 days off. I took 2 days off, just 2. And on the third day, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? What is going on? So I want you all, if it happens to me, and I'm on point pretty much on the regular. In 2 days, I took 2 days off. I just wasn't. I was running around. I let things that I thought I had to do get in the middle of, doing my writing and creating my day and staying focused and staying on point. And when I mean focus, I mean just staying within. And I started feeling different. I was like, well, I don't like this feeling. So pray, meditate, read, write. Those are the 4 things that I do every day, except for the not last 2 days, but 2 days. Last week I didn't. And I felt it. So if you get off track, that would be the reason. If you're feeling any kind of wicky wackiness, it's because you stopped doing whatever it was that you were doing. And I'm saying that because I stopped for 2 days. 2 days. That's all it was. Just two 24-hour days. And all kinds of stuff started showing up for me. This one person tagged me on Facebook with pictures of what's his name? 45. I can't even remember his name. I don't want to say his name on my live, but 45 pictures telling me that, for your information is power. And she was tagging me in all these pictures of Black people with him. And I was like, what are you doing? What? And I said, well, why did that come in? And I realized that it was 2 days that I was off track, and it allowed this wicky wackiness to come inside of my experience. So I'm just saying it's important for us to stay on track, stay on point, go within. There's 4 things that I do every day that I didn't do for 2 days. And that's pray, meditate, write, and read. Those 4 things. And when I didn't do those 4 things on the 3rd day, this wicky wacky nonsense came into my experience. So I'm just sharing my experience with you all so that you can do a gut check on yourself as well. So Barb said, old stuff has come up with so we can let it go. I sure am trying. I love how you are catching yourself. I'm getting better at it too. Good, Barb, good. Because we all got to catch ourselves. Woo! And I had to check her. Listen, I had to go snatch her edges for real. Because she's a Black woman like I am a Black woman, but she loves him. And, it was just, I was like, well, why are you coming for me? Here's how I roll. Don't come for me unless I call you. All right? Don't come for me unless I call you. Funke00 says, hi all, I'm late, but I'm here. Welcome, you're never late. You're never late. You're never late. Even if you're at the end of the show and I'm going, bye, you're never late. Glad to see you. Linda says, I decided that there was an easy solution. I followed my intuition and looked for a solution on Google and found it, and it was easier than I thought. Awesome. See, that's what we have to do. We have to keep reminding ourselves. We have to keep talking about that. Hi, Evolves Dog 88. How are you? We missed you. Welcome. Have you ever got to a point where you are no longer connecting with your meditations? Yes, I have. And then I have to find something new to, that happens. It's almost like when an airplane, I like to use this analogy a lot because it helps me. When an airplane and you're going up into, you're reaching a higher level, right? You're going up, you're going up to a higher altitude. And then there's turbulence, right? And everything shakes and it's like, oh, people get nervous and we're going to crash. And then it just levels off. So what happens at one level of altitude, the plane is just level, but sometimes it has to climb higher, right? And when it climbs higher, that's when all of what we term as things falling apart, as things going haywire, as life going wicky wacky, that is turbulence. But in order for you, because when you're at this level, when things start to level off, or meditations start to level off, or you're not paying attention to your own inner guidance, let's say, because everything is going great, let's just say, and you go a little bit higher, you want to go a little bit higher in your thought process, and in your feeling process, and your ascension. And when you go higher, that's when all chaos and confusion and craziness happens. And you think that things are not going the great way that you expect them to. But that is just the barnacles coming off. That is just the wicky wackiness that now we have to go through this next level. So there are so many levels to this life that we live, and being a spiritual being and ascending to who we are supposed to be. And we have so many layers on us, so many barnacles. And each time we go up to a next level, like we'll level off, and then we reach higher, and then it just gets crazy. And then it levels off, and then we reach higher, it gets crazy, level off, we reach higher, and it gets crazy. Those are like the steps. That's how I see it anyway, if that makes sense. Susan says, did that make sense to you, Evolves Dog 88? Susan says, deep thought, sisters, snatch up them edges. We are spiritual and sometimes spiritual gangsters, which means in some instance, we've got to invoke that energy. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes, you have to snatch edges. Woo! Sometimes you do. Listen, Jesus, anytime I feel like I'm getting ready to knock somebody out, I remember that Jesus turned over the tables at the temples, when the money changers were in the temple. And the temple is us. That's our inner being. And sometimes we get angry. It's just, you just can't stay there. But sometimes you have to stand in your truth and in your power and, snatch edges off a person. Not literally, figuratively. Oh, good, Evolves Dog. I'm glad it makes sense. Funky 00 says those edges went ping. Yes. See, again, don't come for me unless I call you. Okay. So we're going to tickle our amygdala really quick. And Evolves Dog, where are you located? Again, I forgot. And I hope that you will be able to enjoy the reading. And if you didn't get the I Am Discourses, everyone, this is for everyone. If you didn't get the I Am Discourses, the links are in the description below, as well as the Resurrection book. The links are in the description below. So we're going to tickle our amygdala. And I ranted because I felt it was necessary for us. Some of us needed to hear what I had to say. And we may go over a little bit, just saying. New York? What? Really? I'm in New York too. Can't you tell by my accent? So is my sister. We're both in New York. I'm in Staten Island. So grab your feather, everyone. And we're going to tickle our amygdala. And your amygdala is right here on, not in the front, but right here on the temples, right above your temples. And this helps open up your frontal lobe, which is right here. And it also, depending on how often you do it, may help it open up your third eye, which is a wonderful thing if your third eye is open. You may want to do that on your own time. We'll talk about the third eye in another video, but I am changing jobs, which is a wonderful thing. I am changing jobs, and my new job will allow me to be able to be here with you more often and share with you more often and make videos more often. Isn't that great? But that was the thing that I was having a little nervousness about. So if you got nervousness going on, understand that feeling is the secret and feeling is the key. So you really, 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 really want to get into the feeling of it's already done and be calm about it. Calm, poised, and unbothered. Because Wicky Wacky means that you got fear, doubt, worry, confusion, chaos, right? Calm, unbothered, and poised means that you are trusting the universe. You're surrendering to the universe. You put your order in and you're allowing the universe to handle it, God to handle it, Goddess to handle it, Spirit to handle it. You put your order in. Trust that the order is being taken care of. Okay, so grab your feather. Imagine that you have your feather in your hands. I know I was long-winded today, but I feel like somebody needed to hear what I had to say. Grab your feather. Imagine what color it is. Close your eyes. Mine is purple, gold, and white. And then you're going to slide the feather up into the center of your forehead. Oh my God, I can feel it already. And then tickle your amygdala on the right, on the top part of your temple on the right. And then slide your feather over and tickle your amygdala on the left, on the top side of the left. Just then use your imagination. That's what we're doing. And then pull your feather out. You're flexing your imagination muscle. And we're reading the I Am Discourses. We're not going to read the whole thing. You know how we do in the I Am Discourses because we're going to read portions of it. And Linda, can everybody hear Linda?
Hi, everybody.
Can everybody hear Linda? Let me turn her up a little bit. Can everybody hear Linda? Linda, can you
What chapter are we reading of the I Am statement?
We are on chapter 11.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We are going to... Yay, they can hear Linda. Awesome. So we're going to start from the discourse. And there's a portion of the discourse which starts in the beginning. So because of time right now, we're going to skip that, and I would ask you to read that on your own. It's important because it does talk about America and the United States and how India and America are intertwined. Now, again, remember that this was written in 1932. So at the time, they were talking about things that were happening at that time, in that moment. But I do suggest that you read that portion on your own, and we're going to start from page 127 because they're talking about the great presence who's called the Himalaya. Now, we've heard of Himalayan mountains. We've heard of Himalayan salt. We got the Himalayan salt lamp that, you know, somebody won this for my birthday month. But he talks, Saint Germain is talking about how America and India are intertwined. And that portion you may want to just look at and check out on your own. So we're going to start, I'm sorry, not on page 127, on page 128. And he says, watch carefully, each of you and your students, to be on guard, to reverse all negative conditions that appear to the senses. On the lesser things for practice, if the senses on the lesser things for practice. So this is practice. This is for you to practice, for me to practice. On the lesser things for practice, if the senses report you cold, reverse your consciousness and assert your warmth. Now, I know sometimes we do that. You know I've done that. And this had nothing to do with, you know, reading the I AM Discourses. You know, you're standing at the bus stop or you're standing outside and it's 10 below degrees outside and you're like freezing and you're like, think, you know, you've said this to each other. I know other people have said it to me, so I'm sure you've said it to other people. Think warm thoughts. Think like you're, you know, where did that come from? Think about that. Where did that come from? If it has no bearing on anything, why do we say it to each other? You ever thought about that, Linda?
Nope. But
No?
I will now.
But have you ever said that to anybody? Like, think warm thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've done it as well.
Right. We all do it. Where did that come from? Did your mama tell you that? And if she told you that, or your daddy told you that, or your auntie or your grandma, or somebody told you that, where did they get it from? Where did that come from? Think warm thoughts. You know, we're just trying to be warm. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if the senses report too much heat, reverse it with a sense of perfect, normal coolness. We do the same thing when it's hot. Think cool thoughts.
I did that just Monday. I went down to Phoenix. It was 100 degrees at 9:30 in the morning.
It was 100 degrees at 9:30
Yeah.
in the morning?
Yeah.
And what were you saying? Think cool thoughts.
I'm going, it's going to be pleasant. And it was.
See? That's now why did I want, you know, like no one ever said to us that there was a reason why you do those things. They're just saying, well, think cool thoughts. You'll be cool. We say that to our kids all the time. Think cool thoughts. Mom, I'm hot, I'm sweating, I'm hot. Think cool thoughts. Do you know what you're telling your kids to do? You're telling your children to use their imagination to change their reality unknowingly. Has anybody in the chat ever done that? If the senses report to you ecstatic joy over a certain enlightenment, say, peace, be still, and assert your calm, poise, and assurance. The ideal in all sense reports, now this is talking about senses, everything that's outside of us. The ideal in all sense reports is to move in the middle way. The balance always asserting the calm mastery of control, which I am. So Evolve's dog said yes. Sharon said yes. Because, and do you guys have any idea where that kind of thought, train of thought came from? Has anybody ever said to you why you should be thinking cool thoughts or thinking warm thoughts or thinking better thoughts? Like, you know, like in the reality that we're in, right? Being hot and thinking cool thoughts, you're just like, yeah, all right, whatever. You figure, you know, yeah, okay, yeah, she's a little nuts. It's freaking hot as Hades outside or inside. But we do have the ability to change what we are experiencing by how we feel. Barb said, my mother-in-law used to say poise and composure when my husband or I were distressed about a job situation. Yeah. And when we get calm and when we get poised, as we talked about in the episode before last, I am calm, poised, and unbothered. That's where we have to be. And that's where I got off track these past, those 2 days that I was off track. I was all, what's happening? I don't know, blah, blah, what am I going to do? What should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? We do it to ourselves. This will enable the establishing of a steady flowing stream of creative ideas and energy from the heart of the great central sun, from out which has come the great being, the master Himalaya. This will enable you to receive and use immensely more of that radiant energy which he pours forth. The reason for drawing your conscious attention to him has been that if you understand what it means, you may receive without limit from his energy besides what you draw forth from your own conscious effort. The students must at all times understand that the masters do not come to them of the student's choice, but that they have been chosen to receive the radiance. A privilege for which words are entirely inadequate to convey the true meaning that can truly only be felt or visioned. Again, they should understand that the master's province is not to assume their responsibility by solving their problems for them. You know, a lot of times many of us, I know I am one of those persons who, you know, back in the day would say, please God, you know, give me, show me, teach me, show me, whatever, right? But here again, the masters, and there are people who are above, like, I don't want to say above, but who are at a higher consciousness than we are, right? So there are people right here on this planet that are of a higher consciousness than we are. There are people that are at a different, lower consciousness than we are right now in the Indigo Room. And then there are people that are higher than this. There are people that are higher than that. And I'm just talking about consciousness, not like, you know, better, right? Higher does not mean better. It just means you did the work. And so you're at a, that's like saying a high school student is better than a kindergartner. They're not. They're at different learning levels. So in kindergarten, you learn what you learn. And in first grade, you learn more. And in second grade, you learn more. On and on and on. Same thing in the spirit realm. So the master's province is not to assume their responsibility or our responsibility by solving our problems for us, but to convey intelligent understanding, which we may apply to our own lives to solve our own problems. Thus, and I changed this, it says they, but I'm changing it to we. Thus, we can gain the needed strength, courage, and confidence to continue to reach up step by step, gaining our own conscious mastery over the outer self and the outer world. Always at certain points of growth, expansion, and that's when I was talking about Evolve's dog, about moving up. Your meditations probably are not necessarily working because now you need a different type of meditation. Now you need a different type of teaching. And when you move up a level or two, there's going to be a little bit of turbulence sometimes. Don't get nervous. Don't get scared. Don't feel like you're not getting it. It just means that you're now moving up to a different level of consciousness. Always at a certain point of growth, expansion, we hear students call out many times with great sincerity, great masters help us to solve our problems. For encouragement and strength, I wish to say that far more than one has any concept is the radiating presence of the master pouring out strength, courage, confidence, and light, which in most instances, the students are quite unaware. We don't even know. We don't even know how much light is being poured out to us because we're deciding to do the work. We're starting to go within. We've decided consciously to do the work. So many of us on the planet right now are deciding to do the work. And there's radiation and there's light and there's love and there's strength and there's courage being poured out to each one of us that chooses to do that. That chooses to uplift ourselves and uplift others. So remember that in your times of wicky wackiness. You really are not alone. You do have help. And if something pops up on your YouTube stream or on your phone, or you get a hit, you see a book title, you may be riding on the subway or riding on the bus or driving in your car, pay attention, because those are the messages that they're trying to send to us. Pay attention. Be aware. Write it down if you need to. Get back to it because it's important for you. It's an important message for you. Not the rest of the world, not the rest of the planet. You can't go to your girlfriend who might be driving your car. Did you see that? She might not be on the same consciousness as you are right now. She's on a different level. She may have got a different message. That message was for you. So be mindful. Look out for them because they are talking to us. They are sending us messages. The consciousness beings that are a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher than us are sending us love, light, courage, strength. But we have to do the work. It's up to us. We can't just lay down on the job and allow other conscious beings to do our job. That's not how this works. Enlightenment can sometimes be messy. Just saying. So it says, the radiating presence of the masters pouring out strength, courage, confidence, and light, which in most instances the students are quite unaware of in the outer sense consciousness. There is only one way in which anyone with wisdom can be of permanent help, and that is to consciously instruct his brother or sister in the simple laws by which one may wield the scepter, gain the victory, and attain to full dominion over the outer self and his world. And this is where your feelings come in too. Like, I don't control my feelings. I have to keep telling myself all the time, I don't control my feelings. My feelings don't control me. I control my feelings. I control my feelings. My feelings don't control me. So when I'm feeling like, that's why, it's like, what's happening those 2 days that I was all off kilter. And I said, you know what? My feelings don't control me. I control my feelings. I'm the captain of this ship. I'm the one that decides. I'm the boss. I'm the one. So y'all need to step back, fall back in line and pay attention to what I'm telling you. And then I realized, okay, you stopped doing your work for 2 days. You got off track. You just, you let the outer determine what was going on in your life. And because of that, I got Wicky Wacky for 2 days, almost 3. And then I did a gut check. So to do the thing that the student requires in solving his problems would not only retard his progress, but weaken him immensely. Only by asserting one's conscious strength, winning victories, and thereby attaining confidence which comes in no other way, does the student enter into the fullness of his own powers. With the powerful, masterful use of the consciousness of the I am presence, the student goes forward with absolutely no uncertainty to his goal of victory. Hey, Linda, do you want to read a little bit?
Sure.
You can read the next 3 paragraphs if you don't mind.
Sure. The reason we have not and do not say more to the student concerning the assistance that we may be giving is to prevent his leaning upon an outside source. To say or do that which would cause the student to lean upon us because he knows of our presence would be the greatest mistake we could make, but the student need never fear. And he should know that every assistance possible is always given according to the point of attainment he has reached. The I Am Presence, the host of the Ascended Masters, the Ascended Jesus Christ, are one and the same thing. Through the recognition and the use of the I Am Presence, I tell you, you can positively bring forth any quality you wish into the outer consciousness, the outer conscious manifestation, if you will but do it. The need of everyone is to keep reminding the outer consciousness that when one says, I am this or I am that, he is setting God in action, which is his life individualized, the life of the universe, the energy of the universe, the intelligence at the heart of the universe governing all. It is necessary, it is vital to keep the outer reminded of this fact. With this consciousness, the joyous enthusiasm of the student should increase continuously. There should be at no time a pall in the joy of its use because it is positively the road to full mastery.
Thank you, Linda. So one thing that I want to just encourage you all is to remember that you are really, really powerful in your experience. So if you do a gut check about some of the things that you may be feeling about, I don't know, could be money, could be your health, could be relationships. Those are the 3 main things I feel that most people are concerned about. Your relationships with your family, your friends, or your children, your spouse, money, and health. If you really, really, really dig deep and look inside of yourself and be truthful with yourself, write it down, right? And this is not a condemnation. This is just a way for you to check, to figure out, okay, how come, what do I really feel about God in me? What do I really feel about being rich? What do I really feel about being as healthy as I was when I was 15? Is it impossible now for me at the age that I'm at now to be able to run and to be able to jog and to be able to, you know, walk with no pain? Is that impossible? Is it impossible for me to heal from cancer or Hodgkin's disease or an injured back or diabetes? Is that impossible? Is it impossible for me to be rich? Is it impossible for me to not have bills? You know, like, do a gut check. What do you feel? Are you feeling that that is not possible? Be honest with yourself. And when you do your gut check about what you're feeling about those things that you want to be, do, and have, you will understand why you may not be having, being, and doing those things that you desire. And remember, desire is a gift from God. That's God knocking on the door saying, yeah, you can have that. Hello? Sydney, hello? Sid, hello? I gave you the desire because it's a gift from me. You can have that. Hello? Knock on your own self. Knock on your own head. Guess what? You can. That, you don't have that desire for no reason. You have that desire for a reason. The reason is that you can be, do, and have those things. Now, I'm saying you might want to surrender to your desire. You might want to, when I say that, I don't mean it from a materialistic, you know, point of view, or, you know, people saying that when people say you can't be, don't listen to those people that say you can't be, do, or have. They don't know what they're talking about. That may have been their experience, but that is not the truth of who you are today, right now, in this moment. So again, check your feelings. Feeling is the secret. Feeling is the key. And I have on the board today, let me move out of the way if you can see it. Remember to use God in me. Write it down. God in me is my health. God is walking around in me. God in me is my health. God is not sick. God is in you, so you don't have to be sick. We're sick and we have dis-ease because of what we got going on right here in our noggin, in our head, in our thoughts, and our feelings. I'm not saying it's a magic bullet and you're going to all of a sudden tomorrow wake up and be healed. That could happen. That's a possibility. But when you start to pay more attention to what's going on the outer, and I know it feels like it's happening on the inner because you've got pain or you've got sickness or you've got some sort of debilitating thing happening to your physical body. I know that. I know that because I've been that. So I can speak on that. God in me is my health. And the more you say it, the more you keep telling yourself, you'll start to feel it to be true. And that's when the feeling starts to become your reality. The other one is God in me is my answer. I got this from Reverend Ike. Those two. Susan said, knock, knock, agreed. Absolutely not impossible. 90 minutes, hot yoga class on Saturday. So good. I knew you meant class. I didn't say glass. I just did just now. God in me is my health. God in me is my answer. Those are two affirmations that we got from Reverend Ike that I'm sharing with you. And if you have an opportunity, put him on in the morning when you're getting ready for work. He's right on YouTube. He's a click away from here because he's right in our channel. We use him too, along with Neville Goddard. And Neville Goddard helped him as well. So I'm just saying, there are things, there are ways, there are tools that will help you. Hold on, because Cleopatra, you hear her whining? I know y'all hear her. Hold on. Lay down over here. Come on. Over here. You're not going to bed yet. So just relax. Relax. Okay. Thank you, Linda, for the reading. So remember to write down also, I am this or I am that. And that's setting God in action. We really have to remember that God is us in action. God is within us in action. It's not, God is not outside of us. The help that we need is within. If we don't get that, you know, we'll have great things happen to us. We'll have stuff that happens, and we'll have some stuff that we don't like that happens. And, you know, we'll have some successes and we'll have some not so good successes. But when we start to really get into the God is us in action, God is in us, the presence of God is in me and in you. I see it. I see the presence of God in you. I know the presence of God is in you. You have to know that too. Then the masters can really assist us. They're not going to do it for us. They're not going to do the work for us, but they will, the light that they're sending, the courage that they're sending, the confidence that they're sending, you will start to feel it in a way that you've never felt it before. You will walk differently. You will talk differently. Your whole being will radiate. People will do things for you that have never done things for you before. People will say things to you. Stuff will start showing up for you. Once we surrender to that idea that God is us in action, that we are God in action right here on this planet, a whole lot of things will change, are getting ready to change for you right in this moment, right now. I'm going to read the next chapter. It says, the students who have intermittent physical disturbance in the body should take the consciousness often, this consciousness. I am the perfectly controlled breath of my body, and should, in connection with this, feel themselves as often as they can breathing in the rhythmic breath. How many of us consciously breathe? I know we're breathing right now. You have to breathe. It's something that we don't necessarily consciously think about. But how often do you stop yourself in the middle of your day to just breathe, consciously breathe? Take in as much air as you possibly can and then let it out. I mean, I can show you, we can do this all together here on the Indigo Room, and it's great and it's fun, you know, but if you're not doing that after we turn off the camera, and then you come in next week and you go, oh God, I'm so tired. I'm not energized, Sydney, I'm just, listen, I'm guilty of it too. So we all have to do that. We all have to focus on our breath. I've been paying more attention to my breath in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks than I ever have in my life. Breathing in deeply. Do you know that even just lowers your blood pressure? Just breathing. Maybe you're on high blood pressure pills. Do you know that periodically throughout the day, you just breathing deeply oxygenates your body and lowers your blood pressure almost immediately? It helps with your digestion. It helps with the circulation of the blood in your system. Breathe. It helps with your mind. It helps you to relax. Somebody who's hyperventilating, we try to help them to slow down and breathe. Take breaths. Because it works. There's a reason why all of these seemingly small, old wives' tales, think warm thoughts, think cool temperature, think relax, work. Because it's real. It's not airy-fairy. So pay attention to your breath. Give yourselves time to focus and breathe. 60 seconds, 1 minute is all you need, 60 seconds. You can do that in the ladies' room, in the men's room. You can do that on the subway. You can do that on the bus. You can do that in the car when you're driving to work. You can breathe. You can do that right now. So I am the perfectly controlled breath of my body, and should, in connection with this, feel themselves as often as they can breathing in that rhythmic breath. This will bring about a certain balance of breathing, which is immensely helpful in the control of the thought. Sincere students should, whenever possible, avoid listening to things that are disturbing. And that happened to me those past 2 days. I didn't see this is how they see us, this is how they see us. I didn't watch that. I tried to. I couldn't do it. I didn't click on it. But I read stories about it in my 2 days of not doing my pray, meditate, write, read. And I got off Wicky Wacky. And then I was just like, okay, you know, I was just like stressed out about my new job and blah, blah, blah. What am I going to do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I leave? Should I? 2 days. 48 hours. Set me in a tailspin. So we shouldn't listen to things that are disturbing, for in doing so, they often let in unknowingly elements they do not desire. Where they cannot with discretion avoid listening to things of this kind, they should use the following. I am the presence on guard here, and consume instantly everything that seeks to disturb. Thus, you will not only protect yourself, but help the other person as well. While the student should at no time fear anything, it certainly is necessary to keep up the conscious guard. And that's what happened. I let my guard down. Until he has attained sufficient mastery to control his thought, feeling, and receptivity. From the Golden City comes the limitless charge of energy for the blessing of the students of this radiation, as well as those of mankind who are looking to the light. Try to keep as much as possible in the joyous enthusiasm of the I Am presence. Give it all power and do not hold any questioning in the mind. Throw everything to the winds. Give everything to that glorious I Am presence and receive its magic revelation. It is the mighty, miracle working presence that can do and does solve all things. Not only problems, but questions whose answers need revealing. A remarkable statement that would be enormously helpful to the students would be to say, this is a really good one too, I am the miracle working presence in everything I require to have done. I am the miracle working presence in everything I require to have done. Can you believe that about yourself? Can you believe that about the I Am presence that's within you? Can you allow yourself to believe I am the miracle working presence in everything I require to have done? And also, don't second guess yourself. How can I tell you that? Because I did it. I was doing it. I was doing it all last week. Don't second guess yourself. Trust yourself. It's going to be okay. Just get in the feeling of it working out. If you have feeling of fear and doubt, get into the feeling of working it out. If you're thinking fear and doubt, get into the feeling of working out. It is working out. Get into that feeling. What does that feel like? What does it feel like that it is worked out already? What would it be feeling like if the thing that you are working on, that you are being, you're trying to be, or you're trying to do, or you're trying to have, what would that feel like were it true right now, in this moment, today? What would it feel like? Get that feeling and stay there. I'm not talking about excited, because remember, excited is a frenetic energy. Excited is kind of fearful, has the same energy as fear. Get into that feeling of calm, poise, knowing that it's already done. And you can do that in your imagination. So I'm going to jump over to the last page, and then we'll be done for the night. And again, please read this chapter on your own. It's a really good chapter. It's an important chapter. Read it on your own. It's discourse number 11. And it's on page, it starts on page 125. So Saint Germain is talking about, he said that the masters don't necessarily come because you want them. They come because you're chosen, right? They choose to come to you. And it says, if you desire to meet the masters, one requirement is to expect to meet them. So often we expect our demise. We expect things to not go well. We expect to have things fall down. You know, I didn't do this right. I didn't build this right. I didn't say this prayer right. I'm expecting things to fall apart, right? We have to get into better expectations of the things that we want to have. So if you're desiring for them to meet the masters, if you're desiring for them to come show themselves to you, then you need to expect them to come. And what would you be doing if you were expecting company at your house? What would you be doing? You might be cleaning up. You might be getting ready. You might be preparing a meal. You're expecting the masters to come. What would you be doing? Would you be just, you know, look at this house. They'll accept me as I am, you know, whatever. Got dirt all over. You got barnacles hanging on your body. Your thoughts are all wicky wacky. So you want to clean up your house a little bit. And that's what we're doing in the Indigo Room. We're cleaning up our house. Some of us may not want to meet the masters. You don't have to, but you do want to have a better life, I'm thinking. I know I do. I love my life as it is right now. I want more. I'm just saying. I want to love more. I want to feel more. I want to feel good inside all the time. I want to have joy. I want to have more money. I want to have more abundance. I want to run with no pain. I want to jump. I want to, you know, have the same body I had when I was 18 years old. I'm almost there. A couple more pounds, I'll be good. But there are things that we are all supposed to be doing, being an avid. We're not supposed to just grow old and shrivel up and die. That's not how I'm getting down. I hope that's not what y'all think. And if that is, that's what you choose to do, that's okay. That's not That's not what I choose to be doing that. I want it all. Whatever spirit said that I could have, and it says these things and more you can do, I want that. So the last paragraph is, people have become so abnormal in their habits that naturally they have interfered with their breathing as well as other things. To use the statement, I am the balancing breath, will do a great deal more for them than the use of any breath exercises without the aid of an ascended master. The coming amazing activity will be done by the use of the I am presence, because with its use, anything can be accomplished. Take the consciousness often. I am the balancing breath. You may want to write that down. Put it in your little toolbox. Say it often. I am the balancing breath. That is not even long. You can remember that. You can write it down and remember that. I am the balancing breath. This sets in motion the inner activity that maintains the outer perfection. In whatever you do, always take the I am consciousness and then you immediately set it into motion. Take the attitude of calm certainty in your mind and keep on keeping on. That's what that, I didn't lie. That's what it says. Keep on. You see that? What does it say? Keep on keeping on. That's like keep on trucking. Keep on trucking, baby. Keep on keeping on. All right. So that's the end. I'm going to check the chat. Let's see what everybody had to say. Linda wrote, God in me is the answer. God in me is my health. Susan said, love that. Thanks for reiterating, Linda. Barb said, I'm also in yoga, not hot though, not hot yoga. And in class and at home and on my walks, I concentrate on my breathing. I was so used to holding my breath and not realizing it. Yeah, so many of us do that. And sometimes I just have to just get like a wet noodle. I've talked about that as many times on the show over the years, and just get like a wet noodle. And just relax my jaw, my head, because sometimes my jaw is tight, especially at my job. And that's one of the reasons I'm just going to say, I'm probably sure that there's going to be some people that are from my job that listen to the Indigo Room. I love you all. I just don't want to die at the mat. That's not my choice. Not I don't want to. I'm choosing not to die at the mat, giving my life to, a place. There's things that I want to be, do, and have, and I want to experience. So that's one of the reasons why I am choosing to leave. I love being there. I love the opera. I love the music. I love the creativity. But it's time for me to move on to something different. Something different that I choose for me. So Sharon says, I have to remember to breathe. Susan says, miracle working presence she loves. Evolves dog, having peace in true faith. Yes. I love all of you. Look at what y'all are writing. Look what you are all doing. All of you have book titles right now, and you have books in you. Barb said, everything is always working out for me. One of my emergency affirmations in an instant to calm me and change course. Yes. Susan said, I like that, considering excitement as a description of one's feeling. Susan, me too, me too, me too. Linda said, I am the balancing breath. Susan, I am the balancing breath. Yes, if we could all just focus on that, whatever we talk about here in the Indigo Room, if you could grasp something that resonates with you, that thrills me. That brings me joy. If there's something you can pull out of it that works for you, I love it. And if not, find something that does, right? If this isn't it, find something that helps you be, do, and have the life you desire. I don't know what that is for you, but we are all supposed to enjoy this life that we have right here and create and manifest and be love and light to each other. The God in me, the presence of God in me sees the God in you. Even if I have to snatch out your edges, I still see the God in you. I just have to snatch your edges out. I hope that you all do me a favor, like the video, share your comments in the description below. If you're joining us later, if you're new to the Indigo Room, welcome. We're so happy that you're here. If you've never seen any of my videos before, check them out. We got a few. We've been doing new videos live since December. And we are also on TalkShoe. We're still over there on TalkShoe, uploading shows after we do the lives. I upload the shows on TalkShoe. The Indigo Room, Creating Our Reality, on Thursdays and Fridays. I upload over there. If there's a topic that you want to discuss on Sundays, we're here on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. If there's something that you want to talk about, shoot me an email at the Indigo Room 2, the number 2 at gmail.com, and we'll talk about it. You know, we'll share about it. And Barb, Susan, Sharon, Funk800, Evolves Dog 88, Linda. I don't know if Wanda's here, BJ Moore is here. I don't know else is in the chat, but I love you guys. I really, really do. I enjoy you guys when you're here. And I think about you all the time. I pray over you. I send you good thoughts. Hopefully you're receptive to them. Linda, who's our moderator, she does an awesome job and she's helping us with the website. We just love Linda. So we want to send Linda travel light and love because she's getting ready to do a long trip to Oregon. Right, Linda?
Yes.
Yeah. So follow us on Twitter at Sydney584. You can follow us on Instagram, The Indigo Room Show. You can follow us on Facebook, The Indigo Room, Creating Our Reality. You can send us a love donation if you like at PayPal. The link is in the description. You can send us a love donation through Cash App. It's $ The Indigo Room as well. That's up to you. You don't have to. But if you want to help us grow and help us with equipment that we need, we still need more equipment. We still do. We didn't know. We still do. You can do that. But all of the book descriptions are listed below. So if you don't have the books, do get them. It's not because for me, it's for you. I'm telling you, get the book if you haven't gotten the book. I think they might even be on Audible. I'll look and see if they're on Audible. If they're on Audible, I'll add the links down there as well. And I just want to again thank you all for your support. Thank you all for always showing the Indigo Room love. And you are what makes me come back every week. It's all of you. And we'll be back here on Sunday. Remember who you are. Remember that you are source energy right here. You are source energy right here in a physical body. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. And remember, it's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It is your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. We'll see you on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. I love you. Have a great night. Bye. Good night, Linda. Thank you.
Good night.